Hello everybody, welcome to another video. We're doing something a little bit different, alright? Today, we're gonna be looking at all of the upcoming characters for Nod-Krai. I know this isn't gonna be all of them. There's probably some secret characters that are hiding behind the scenes, but we're gonna go over them. We're gonna try and predict what element they are, and we're gonna try and figure out like the pull priority. As we all know, these Nod-Krai characters are going to be featuring lunar reactions as displayed with Inefa in version 5.8, which means there's gonna be special reactions. As for what those reactions are, I have no idea, but we're gonna make stuff up, see what we can figure out. Anyway, we're gonna start off over here. Let's hop on over. They posted all of the characters and their names and their affiliations on the official Twitter, so let's take a look at this one. Alright, so here we have Alice, alright. As we all know, she is from Mondstadt, Klee's mom. They have been hyping this character up ever since the very beginning. She's the one that's been putting us on summer adventures every year, and now here we are. She's finally going to be in the game. I am absolutely devastated that everyone that I want is showing up at the same time, but it is what it is. We will do our best to get the characters that I want, but oh boy, it is going to be rough. Now obviously she's Pyro, we can see her Pyro vision. I can't imagine that they make her a DPS. We have so many Pyro DPSs in the game. Unless they she's specifically for a lunar reaction team kind of thing. But I feel like that's then you need her, and maybe she provides a lunar reaction, or maybe she doesn't. She's not a Nod-Krai character, she's just in Nod-Krai. She's a Mondstadt character, right? So part of me wants to believe that she would be a support, but you never know how it goes, right? Definitely, probably one of the more important characters to save for, especially because she has that 5 years of legacy. Alright, I think that she's probably... I imagine she'd probably be later in the patch, to be honest. Maybe 6.5 or something, 6.6. I can't imagine they put her early on. They want to take away all her pulls first with the Nod-Krai characters, right? With the new characters, and then after that, then they're gonna start hitting us with the nostalgia. That's what I think, at least. All right. So let's look at our next character here, Columbina. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Columbina from the Fatui Harbingers. All right, he's labeled as the Moon Maiden, as you can see right over here. This is the Moon Maiden, Columbina. Alright, obviously, she's probably the Archon of the patch. She's not an Archon, but because Nod-Krai isn't one of the main regions, right? It's a prep, a prep area leading us into the final region, Shinesnaya. We don't have an Archon, but they need to have an Archon equivalent. It's probably her, especially with the special label of Moon Maiden. Which means that's gonna put her at either 6.2 or 6.3. That's when we release the Archons, right? She's probably a must pull. Start saving your pulls for her, alright? Start budgeting, alright? Try and set aside that guaranteed 180 just to make sure you can secure yourself a copy of Columbina. Alright, Inefa is doing this lunar reaction stuff, right? A lunar electrocharge turret. I imagine Columbina is probably gonna be the ultimate lunar elemental reaction character. If I had a guess, I mean, it's purple. So maybe she's maybe it's purple to match the moon more, I guess, but she could be Electro. Her outfit is kind of blue, so I imagine she's either Electro or Hydro. I mean, I'm sure there's leaks that would suggest what she is, but I don't look at those, right? But I'm guessing she's either Electro or Hydro. I'm leaning more towards Hydro because Hydro is almost a universal element. It works so good in reactions. It just works with everything, right? But that's the true power of Hydro. It's just its application. A lot of the Hydro characters, their value is not in their damage, but instead their ability to apply Hydro for more reactions. So I assume she's going to be funding our lunar reactions. Definitely a must-have, in my opinion. All right, 6.2 or 6.3 is probably where they put her. Also, she's just gorgeous as a character. Definitely a must-pull for that purpose. Alright, Lauma. Alright, we did see her. She was teased. Alright, definitely Definitely, we got a good look at her. We know she's Dendro, alright? Alright, it just says Loma twice. I don't know why. Now, she did transform into like a deer. So I imagine that she's probably gonna have some traversal options. And she's probably one of the starting characters for 6.0. Alright, I don't know what Nod-Krai is gonna do for exploration. Because, you know, we're losing that Natlan phlogiston system, I presume. So I don't know what kind of exploration power creep they're gonna introduce. I'm hoping it's a universal gadget rather than having to pull the characters for it. But I'm sure they're gonna make the characters feel better to run around with. And I don't know if that was her transforming or if this is one of the creatures, but there was this deer thing running around in that Natlan teaser. I imagine she can turn into that. So I guess if you want to have that nice exploration, she's probably high priority. Dendro is also a really, really powerful, it's a really, really useful element to have, just for the reactions. And you know what? She might be funding the Lunar Dendro reactions. So if you have stonks for reacting with Dendro, might be worth it, alright? If you invested in Yaimiko or Yefarina, alright, having those Dendro reactions might be something of interest. Moon element? Oh, chat, don't say that. Don't say that, that's gonna make things complicated. Alright, Nefer! This looks like a Dendro character to me, but she could be Animo. It looks so Dendro though, like with the technology and stuff. But we just saw another Dendro character, I don't know. The Dendro character, Lauma, she was blue, alright? So their characters' color schemes might not, the color schemes might not even be connected to their element, alright? But if I had to guess, she's Dendro. She's probably a little bit later, like maybe like 6.4. I can't imagine a character like this good looking and like this detailed is gonna be the start of, you know, she's not gonna be starting us off, I don't think. I can't imagine she's in 6.0, but actually not 6.1. I think 6.1 makes sense for Nefer here. Definitely, I mean, there's a lot of really cool elements to her design. She looks like a Natlan character almost, if I'm gonna be honest. Or maybe she looks like she's from Sumeru. Just like with the way she's decorated. I'm a big fan of the flippin', like the headpiece here with the flippin', the ear decorations. Alright, Nod-Krai having all these characters with all these elements. They look like horns. I'm cloaked, I'll be honest. Not a fan that she has her entire legs exposed, but that's because I only like my characters to be a little bit more modest in their design. However, a lot of people are really into this thing. I'm sure that people will really like her. I'm going to say that Lauma is probably more interesting as a Dendro character, if they're both Dendro, of course. So definitely, I think maybe you have to pick and choose either Lauma or Nefer. Don't go for both of them. Unless they have synergy, in which case ignore me, alright? But we don't know the kids, alright? I'm just giving my thoughts here. Alright, Flins, I'm gonna be honest. He's obviously Electro, right? Like, there's no way he's not Electro. And as we know, Inatha is our Electro-charged character for Lunar Reaction. So where does that put Flins? I think if he's Electro, and Inatha is our Lunar Reaction character, he's probably an Electro DPS. He's probably an on-fielder. And because Inatha was right there, right, 5.8, I'm betting Flint is 6.0. He's probably really early on. Like, there's literally no way that... Like, they're probably gonna put the Electro characters next to each other, right? Like, Inatha is the support, and then Flint is the DPS. That makes sense, right? Oh, shoot, wait. Maybe that actually also applies to Nefer here. Maybe Llama is the... Maybe Llama is the support, and then flipping Nefer is the DPS. Who knows? But Flint, I'm guessing he's early on, so if you're gonna pull him, you might want to pull Inatha. And if you don't have the funds, prepare to swipe. This guy has so much aura. He looks so cool. He looks like a Bloodborne character almost. He just needs a hat. I wish they gave him a hat, actually. If they gave him a hunter hat, he would have been peak. He would have become a must-have for me, but they didn't. Nerd Jahoda here. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. She looks like a 4-star, if I'm gonna be real. It's like the lack of all the flowing materials. She could be a 5-star, but I'm feeling some 4-star energy from this girl right here, so I think that we'll probably get her. ZZ character design. Yeah, she does look like she's from ZZZ. There's a little bit of a bat design here. So if you're into bats, then here's your character. Or maybe you pulled flippin' Autonomy already, who knows. But as for what element she would be, I don't know. We didn't really get a good look at her vision, so I'm unsure. She does have a lot of red, but I can't imagine they released too many pyro characters. After all, Alice is right there, right? So if we go based off of her eye color, it's yellow. Maybe she's Geo. We do desperately need more Geo characters, so if she's Geo, then that might be of note. I can also imagine her just like being Animo because of like the bat theme. Maybe she flies around. Like, who knows, but definitely interesting. She does have this prosthetic arm, so I can definitely see them incorporating that into her moveset. She might be like more like a... She was with Aino, and we saw Aino is the person that helped like build Inetha or repair her or something. So she's definitely equipped with technology, so she might have a really cool technological kit to apply to her combat style. Moving on. Duran, I'm cooked. I'm so cooked. Alright. Primarily purple, but the hints of red. I think that it's either Pyro or Electro, but if I had to guess, he's probably Pyro. I am a little sad, no wings. Oh, okay, actually, no, there's the wings down there. Never mind, I'm not sad anymore. But this character with horns, I saw this character, thought he was peak. I died on stream when we saw him in the story. I imagine that... Well, I said Alice is gonna be a support, probably, right? Which means that Duran has to be a DPS, right? It could be reversed. Maybe Alice is a DPS and Duran is the support. Assuming we both Pyro again, of course. I'll be honest, we need Pyro applicators badly. Like, Mavrika is not enough. Flippin' Gudea is not enough. Alright, nobody compares to Zhangling. No one compares to Bennett. If we're getting a Pyro support, we gotta replace those two eventually, right? Or actually, not even replace. Remember when we replaced Jinsho with Yelan and everyone took, oh, I'll just use them together. And it'll be like that, alright? It'll be like, alright, Bennett plus Duran, super buff combo. Or maybe it'll be like Zhangling and Duran, ultimate Pyro application. Vape everything, Mulani, Havers, rise up. Now, he is a Mondstadt character, I think. Like, he wouldn't count as Nod-Krai, would he? I feel like he would count as Mondstadt, right? Especially as Albedo's brother, for the most part, right? I imagine that if they make him a DPS, he would probably work with the Mondstadt characters. Or if they made him a support, he would probably buff up the older characters rather than be more about reactions. At least that's what I think. A lot of the old characters have fallen off really badly. They need to be brought back up to the regular standard. I do wonder if they make him a support, if he's gonna be like more like a Scoffier, where it's like, oh, I buff everybody like a ton, but only if you're using these two elements. Or if we're looking at like a general support. I think this all applies to Alice too, because I don't know who would be the support. I'm assuming they're both Pyro, of course. But definitely for me, Duran's a must pull. I think Duran would probably be pretty early. Like, it's a character they've been hyping up for a short amount of time, but that's why I think that, like, they're not gonna wait to release this character. They're gonna strike while the iron is hot, whereas Varka and Alice have been hyped up for such a long period of time. Duran, they need to strike while the iron is hot, while Well, while Iron is hot, sorry, I'm got distracted by the heart pattern on his chest. He looks like a Kingdom Hearts character. He does. But literally, I think they're gonna put him somewhere like 6.2, 6.3, maybe 6.4, around there. Like the first half of 6.0, I think, not 6.0, of the 6.x updates. He's definitely not going to be later, I don't think. Alright, next up, Sandrone. Alright. Either she dies or she's playable. I'll be honest, she looks pretty peak. Like, the hairstyle, that's Saber. She stole Saber's hair from Fate's flippin'... I love big fat robot. She's got a flippin'... She's a robot. Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize she's a robot. The Fatui Harbinger, marionette. Of course, she's a marionette. She's a puppet. Alright. She's a robot. Shoot, I can't skip her. Alright. They would put her later, right? What element would she even be? She's literally covered in red. Red and blue. The Pyro Hydro. Maybe it's both. They haven't done that yet, right? A dual element character? Alright, maybe the robot's Hydro, she's Pyro, and then they vape together. I don't know. To flip in Vape Nation. This is a must pull, alright? It's a Harbinger, alright? All the Harbingers have been DPSs so far. So she's probably gonna be like a DPS, right? So if you pull Durin, prepare Durin to super boost Sandrone or something. Maybe she's the lunar reaction for Pyro. I feel like that makes sense, right? She's gotta be like the end of the update, right? Like 6.7, right? They wouldn't give us like when did we get a when did we Alkino version more? What version did you release at? Flippin'... Oh gosh, when was her update? .6. Okay, so... I think we can probably safely say Sandrone's probably for 6.6. Yes, he's probably 6.6, so... We got time to save. No, we don't. Every character is back to back. We're cooked. Alright. Flippin' Nicole, Ryan, this flippin' the Honkai character. What am I looking at? Alright, so we run a member of the Hexen Circle. They gotta put on the same level as Alice, right? I think this person has talked to us in the past before. But I don't remember. They spaced it out too much. So, I don't know. This character is probably like a must pull in terms of like their kit and their lore or whatever. But like, I don't know anything about her, so I'm skipping. Me personally, I'm skipping. She looks like she's Geo. Like, it's got like yellow lighting. Those are like rocks, like crystals. She's probably the Geo support. If you're a Geo investor and you like Geo, she's probably the must-have character of all time. She looks like a Geo-Blade character. This is crazy. Alright. I know, that's a 4-star, right? There's no way that's not a 4-star, right? She's green. Is she Dendro? It's like, it's not the Animo green. That's a Dendro green. She's probably Dendro, right? There's no way. Alright, this is gonna be our mini Nahida. Alright, it's gonna be Nahida if you don't have Nahida. Lunar Nahida! I've said like 5 of these characters at Dendro. There's no way I'm right on all of them. I don't know what else you would be. I mean, she can't be Pyro. Damn, use different colors. I don't know what is what anymore. Who is Cryo? I don't think any of these people were Cryo. Are we done with Cryo? Let's go finish it off. We can't buffer anymore. Alright, easy. Accidentally get her. Would play for another character. Otherwise, skip. Alright, what else? Varka. Yeah, he's gonna be like 6.5, right? But he's gonna be dead set in the middle of the patch after all that build up. How did they make him so cool looking? Oh my gosh. Like, Rise League got power clipped in terms of being the Giga Chad. Giga Chad Aventurine, flippin' Finon wishes he could be this cool. Yeah, Genshin cooked all of them. Alright, you know what? Let them cook. he's probably a mouse pool, right? He's probably flipping. He's Animal, right? Like, we saw his vision. I couldn't tell if it was Cryo or Animo. It was kind of like the lighting made it a little messy, but is he either Animo or Cryo? Probably Animo. There's no he's not a main DPS. Not with a big sword like that, right? If you're in need of an Animo DPS, he's probably gonna save the day. Anyway, that is what I think of all the characters. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. You know what, guys? Be prepared to swipe $50 every patch. That's probably gonna be the only way to do it. Also, to start skipping weapons. Just make do with the 4 stars. Be prepared to skip all of these people. Be prepared because flipping, we're not surviving. We're not making it. There's too much beak happening. You know what I mean? Anyway, with that one, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. All right. Nod-Krai has this insane selection of characters. It's all gonna be back to back. I'm hoping they are at least a little kind to us and have some patches where it's only one 5-star releasing. Like, I mean, like, they all look like 5 stars. Like, 5-star, 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 5-star. 4-star maybe, please. 5-star, 5-star. That's a 5-star, that's not a 4-star. That one's maybe a 4-star. I can see that being a 4-star. 5-star, yeah, no, we got like 2 4-stars. We're cooked. Alright. Good luck, everyone. Good luck, alright? Good luck on your pulls. Good luck on your saving. Better lock in. Pray that Genshin gives us more pulls. Alright, none of that 45 F2P pulls per batch. Alright, I need them to give us a minimum 70. Get on the ZZZ level. Give us 100 pulls. Actually, I'm okay with the less income if it means we don't have to pull the weapon. That's I think how I think we've been balancing it. But I would still like the Genshin devs to be just a little bit more generous. So with that one, I'm cooked. Anyway, leave a comment down below. Who are you saving for? Who are you the most excited for out of all the characters? What do you think they are in terms of elements? If you read leaks, just put it down below. I don't care. It is comment section. Just discuss what you want, alright? Alright, anyway, if you enjoyed the video, if you got anything of value, make sure to leave a like, alright? And if you want to look forward to more Genshin Impact content along with all the other gacha games that are big, alright, Endless Zone Zero, Wuthering Waves, then feel free to subscribe, alright? Hit that bell notification, it'll let you know when we leave the next video. And with that one, alright? Hope you all had a good one. Remember, and 10 weeks are nice, so I will see you all next time. Bye!